Imagine waking up one day to discover that the person you thought you knew inside and out has been hiding a life-changing secret from you. A secret so big, it could alter the very foundation of your relationship. This is the story of Kingsley and Sarah Jonathan, a couple whose love story took an unexpected turn when Kingsley stumbled upon a shocking revelation about his wife. How could Sarah, the woman he adored, keep such a monumental secret? Stay tuned, because this tale is not just about money. It's about trust, love, and the surprises life throws our way. But before we dive deeper into their story, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our captivating stories. Now, let's unravel the mystery behind Sarah's hidden fortune. Kingsley and Sarah met in college. They were young, ambitious, and full of dreams. Kingsley was studying finance, while Sarah was pursuing a degree in marketing. They quickly became inseparable, sharing late-night study sessions, laughter, and plans for their future. But like many young couples, they faced their fair share of challenges. As they graduated and entered the workforce, Kingsley took a job at a local bank while Sarah landed a position at a marketing firm. They lived modestly in a small apartment, navigating the ups and downs of early adulthood. But through it all, Kingsley admired Sarah's determination and spirit. Little did he know that his wife was living a double life, one where she was not just an employee, but also an astute investor with a hidden fortune. Have you ever felt like someone close to you is hiding something? It can create an unsettling feeling, can it? Well, Kingsley had no idea that Sarah was not just managing their household finances, but also building her wealth through smart investments in real estate and stocks. As years passed, they saved diligently for their dream home. Kingsley often encouraged Sarah to spend more on herself, to enjoy the fruits of their labor, but she always brushed it off with a smile. "We'll get there together," she would say. But as time went on, Kingsley noticed something peculiar. Sarah would occasionally receive mysterious phone calls and text messages late at night. When he asked about it, she would simply say it was work-related. He wanted to trust her. After all, they had built their relationship on honesty. Yet, there was an inkling of doubt that began to creep into his mind. Have you ever experienced that feeling? That nagging doubt that something isn't quite right? It's hard to shake off. And for Kingsley, it became increasingly difficult to ignore. One fateful evening, as they were preparing dinner together, Kingsley noticed Sarah acting strangely. She was distracted, glancing at her phone every few minutes. Finally, he decided to confront her. "Sarah," he said gently, "is everything okay? You've been a bit distant lately." She looked up from her cutting board, her expression unreadable. "I'm fine, really. Just busy with work." But Kingsley wasn't convinced. "Is there something you're not telling me?" In that moment, Sarah hesitated. Would she reveal her secret? The truth was that she had been waiting for the right time to share her success with Kingsley, the moment when she could show him how far they had come together. But what would happen next would change everything. The following weekend, while Kingsley was out running errands, Sarah decided it was time to prepare for the big reveal. She spent hours organizing documents and gathering evidence of her investments, proof that she wasn't just a regular employee but a savvy businesswoman. When Kingsley returned home, he found Sarah sitting at the dining table with a stack of papers in front of her. Her face was serious yet hopeful. "Kingsley," she began slowly, "there's something important I need to share with you." He sat down, intrigued but nervous. "What is it?" With trembling hands, Sarah pushed the documents across the table toward him. "I want you to see this." As Kingsley began to read through the papers, bank statements, property deeds, stock certificates, his heart raced. The numbers were staggering. His wife was a millionaire. Can you imagine the shock? The disbelief? How would you react if you found out your partner had been living a life of financial independence right under your nose? Kingsley's mind raced as he processed the information. "Sarah, how could you not tell me? All this time." She looked down, tears welling in her eyes. "I wanted to wait until I could show you how we could build our future together without any secrets." His heart softened as he saw the vulnerability in her eyes. "But why didn't you trust me enough to share this sooner?" Sarah took a deep breath. "I thought I could manage it on my own without burdening you. I didn't want you to feel pressured or worried about money." What would you have done in Kingsley's shoes? Would you feel betrayed or relieved? It's a complicated mix of emotions. Kingsley reached across the table and took her hand. I appreciate your hard work and dedication more than anything. But we're partners. We should share everything, especially something as significant as this. As they talked late into the night, Kingsley learned about Sarah's journey. Her investments in properties that had doubled in value and stocks that had skyrocketed over the years. He listened intently as she shared her dreams for their future, traveling the world, starting a family business, giving back to their community. Isn't it amazing how open communication can bridge gaps in relationships? How sharing burdens can strengthen bonds? Kingsley felt a renewed sense of admiration for Sarah. She was not just his wife, but also his equal, a partner who had worked tirelessly behind the scenes to secure their future. As days turned into weeks, they began to strategize together about their financial future. They sought advice from financial experts and started planning their dream home, one that reflected both their personalities and aspirations. Have you ever thought about how important it is to align your dreams with those of your partner? To create a shared vision for your lives together? But their journey wasn't without challenges. Friends and family began to notice the changes in their lifestyle. The new car, the renovation plans, and questions arose. Kingsley, how did you manage to afford all this? His friends asked during a gathering one evening. He exchanged glances with Sarah before responding confidently, We've been making some smart investments. How would you handle such inquiries? Would you share your success story or keep it private? As they navigated this new chapter of their lives together, Kingsley realized that trust was at the core of their relationship. They made a pact to always communicate openly about their finances moving forward. Months passed, and as they celebrated milestones together, anniversaries and accomplishments, they grew closer than ever before. Isn't it incredible how facing challenges together can deepen your connection? How secrets can either tear you apart or bring you closer? But just when everything seemed perfect, life threw another curveball their way. A business opportunity arose that could potentially change everything. A chance for Sarah to invest in a startup company with high risks but even higher rewards. Kingsley felt torn. He wanted to support her ambition but worried about the risks involved. What if it doesn't work out? He asked one evening as they sat on their porch. Sarah replied confidently, I've done my research. I believe in this project, but I want us to be on the same page. How do you balance ambition with caution in your relationships? It's not always easy. After long discussions filled with both excitement and apprehension, they decided to take the leap together, an investment that would test their partnership yet again. As months went by, they watched anxiously as the startup began to flourish beyond expectations, turning their initial investment into substantial profits. Have you ever taken a leap of faith that paid off? How did it change your perspective? With newfound wealth came new opportunities, traveling to places they had only dreamed of visiting together and giving back to causes they were passionate about. Yet amidst all this success, Kingsley never forgot the lesson he learned about trust and communication. He often reflected on how Sarah's secret had initially shaken him, but ultimately strengthened their bond. What lessons have you learned from unexpected challenges in your life? How have they shaped who you are today? As they stood hand in hand watching the sunset from their new home, a home built on love, trust, and shared dreams, Kingsley realized that wealth was not just measured in money, but in experiences and connections forged through honesty. If you've enjoyed this story and want to hear more inspiring tales like this one, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you're always updated. As Kingsley and Sarah settled into their newfound lifestyle, they embarked on adventures they had only dreamed of. From the pristine beaches of Bali to the bustling streets of Tokyo, they explored cultures and cuisines, capturing moments that would last a lifetime. Each trip not only brought them closer, but also opened their eyes to the world beyond their small town. But with every adventure came the realization that wealth could bring unexpected challenges. As they traveled, they encountered individuals from various walks of life, some struggling, some thriving. It sparked conversations between them about their responsibility as fortunate individuals. One evening in Paris, while sipping wine at a quaint cafe, Kingsley turned to Sarah. Do you ever think about how we can use our success to help others? Sarah nodded thoughtfully. Absolutely. I've been considering starting a charity focused on education for underprivileged children. It's something I've always been passionate about. Isn't it remarkable how experiences can reshape our perspectives? How they can ignite a desire to give back? Kingsley's eyes lit up at the idea. I love that. We could combine our resources and create scholarships or fund educational programs. It could really make a difference. As they brainstormed ideas over dinner, they felt a renewed sense of purpose. They began researching organizations and connecting with local leaders in the communities they visited. The more they engaged, the more they realized that their journey wasn't just about personal success. It was about creating a legacy. Their travels soon included volunteer work, teaching classes, organizing events, and providing resources to schools in need. It was an eye-opening experience that deepened their bond and solidified their commitment to making a positive impact. But as they dove deeper into their philanthropic efforts, they faced challenges that tested their resolve. One summer, during a trip to a rural village in Africa, they encountered significant resistance from the local government regarding their initiatives. Imagine being passionate about helping others only to face bureaucratic hurdles that threaten your mission. How would you respond? Kingsley and Sarah were determined not to give up. They met with community leaders, listened to their concerns, and worked tirelessly to find common ground. After weeks of negotiations, they finally secured the necessary permits to launch their educational programs. The joy on the faces of the children as they received new school supplies and books was indescribable. It was a moment of triumph, a testament to their perseverance and commitment. However, with success came scrutiny. Back home, friends and acquaintances began to question their motivations. Are you sure this is all genuine? Or is it just for publicity? One friend asked during a gathering. Have you ever felt judged for your choices? It's disheartening when others question your intentions. Kingsley felt defensive, but reminded himself that their journey was about more than just appearances. We're doing this because we believe in it, he replied firmly. Sarah added, we want to make a difference, not for recognition, but for the joy it brings us and those we help. That night, as they sat on their porch under a starlit sky, they reflected on the weight of others' opinions. It was a reminder that no matter how much success they achieved, there would always be critics. Kingsley sighed. Sometimes it feels like we can't win for losing, but I know we're doing what feels right. Sarah squeezed his hand. Let's focus on the impact we're making rather than what others think. Isn't it empowering when you can shift your focus from external validation to internal fulfillment? When you realize that your path is yours alone? With renewed determination, Kingsley and Sarah continued their philanthropic work while also nurturing their relationship. They found joy in the little things, cooking together, spontaneous road trips, and quiet evenings spent reading side by side. However, another challenge loomed on the horizon. As Sarah's philanthropic efforts grew, so did her ambition. She began exploring opportunities to expand her business ventures into social entrepreneurship, combining profit with purpose. But with ambition came stress. Late nights turned into early mornings as Sarah juggled her responsibilities. Kingsley noticed her growing fatigue and tried to support her as best as he could. You need to take a break, he urged one evening as she stared at her computer screen, overwhelmed by emails. I can't, she replied, rubbing her temples. There's so much to do if I want this to succeed. Have you ever felt so consumed by your goals that you lost sight of everything else? It's easy to get caught up in the hustle. Kingsley decided it was time for an intervention. He planned a surprise weekend getaway, a chance for Sarah to unwind and recharge. Surrounded by nature, away from distractions, they hiked through lush trails and enjoyed quiet evenings by the fire. It was during one of these moments that Sarah opened up about her fears. What if I fail? What if this doesn't turn out the way I hope? She confessed. Kingsley wrapped his arms around her. You won't know unless you try. But remember, you don't have to carry this alone. We're in this together. Isn't it comforting to have someone who believes in you? Who reminds you that your worth isn't tied to your achievements? With Kingsley's support, Sarah regained her focus and passion for her work. She learned to delegate tasks and prioritize self-care alongside her ambitions. As months passed, Sarah launched her first social enterprise, a company dedicated to creating sustainable products while providing job training for underprivileged individuals. The launch was a resounding success. The community rallied behind her vision, and soon enough, she was making waves in the industry. Kingsley stood by her side during every step of the journey, attending events, networking with other entrepreneurs, and celebrating milestones together. Yet amidst all this success, Kingsley couldn't shake off an underlying worry. He had always been the steady rock in their relationship, but he started feeling overshadowed by Sarah's rising star. Have you ever felt like you were losing your identity in someone else's success? It's a complicated emotion, one that can lead to doubt and insecurity. One evening after an event where Sarah received an award for her contributions, Kingsley found himself feeling lost. He wanted to celebrate her achievements, but couldn't help but feel like he was fading into the background. When Sarah returned home, she noticed his silence immediately. "Kingsley, are you okay?" He hesitated before speaking. "I'm proud of you, truly. But sometimes I feel like I'm just here. Like my own dreams are getting pushed aside." It takes courage to voice such feelings in a relationship, a testament to the strength of communication. Sarah looked taken aback, but quickly composed herself. "I had no idea you felt this way. You're my partner. Your dreams matter just as much as mine." Kingsley took a deep breath. "I want to support you, but I also want us both to thrive together, not just one of us." That night marked a turning point for them, a reminder that relationships require balance and mutual support. They spent hours discussing their aspirations. Kingsley shared his desire to start his own financial consulting business focused on helping young entrepreneurs manage their finances. Sarah's eyes lit up with excitement. "That's amazing. Let's brainstorm how we can make that happen together." Isn't it incredible how vulnerability can lead to deeper understanding? How sharing fears can strengthen bonds? With renewed energy, Kingsley began laying the groundwork for his business while Sarah continued expanding hers. They became each other's biggest cheerleaders, celebrating successes and navigating setbacks together. As seasons changed, so did their lives, both professionally. I believe this story inspires you. If you find this story really inspiring, please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means a lot to us. Thanks for watching.